Okay, fourth time lucky. Okay, welcome to the top 5 reasons why people fail at growing small accounts in Forex in 2020. Okay, by the end of this video, you'll know the top 5 things that cause people to fail growing small accounts in Forex, and you'll know how to avoid them and stop them happening to you. Okay, so everything about talking this video has happened to me and it has hindered my trading a lot. So I'm creating this video so you guys don't have to experience it. Okay, so number 1, high position sizes. People see their small profits and their small gains and think they're not making any progress. So they think increasing their position size will somehow make their account grow quicker. And the next 3 trades go great and they almost double their account. So now they do it again and they increase their position size a bit more. And instead of doubling their account, they half it with 1 trade. And they're lucky they didn't blow the whole thing. So you're probably wondering, how do you stop it? Well, it's easy. Most people that trade with a high position size normally don't know what their correct position size is. For each trade, make sure you risk no more than 3% to make sure you have a steady growth. Well, if you're wondering which position size you should be using, well, you can use the Forex time pip calculator to help you figure it out. Okay, so this is the pip value calculator from Forex time. It's completely free, you don't have to sign up for anything. So make sure you check it out. I'll leave the link for this in the description. Okay, so this is the calculator here. It has the pip amount, currency pair, trade size, and deposit currency. And this will allow you to work out what trade size you should be having for each trade for all the different pairs that you could possibly trade. So let's just say that we want to buy GBP USD, for example. So you set the currency pair to GBP USD, which is here, and then say you have a stop loss of 20 pips. So you enter 20 pips there. And obviously I live in the UK, so we're going to use the British pound. So let's just say that we have £100 in our account, and since we only want to risk 3% of that, we only want to risk £3 every trade, because £3 is 3% of 100. So we need to figure out that if price was to hit our stop loss, which trade size would equal £3 hit. So obviously £163, that's way too big and it will blow our account. So we estimate which trade size it could be, so we'll go much lower. Okay, so 0.05 is obviously too big, £8. So we experiment again. Okay, so 0.02, that's almost £3, so near enough 3% of our account. And 0.01, yeah, would be too small. So 0.02 would be your best bet to take this trade. So if you were to lose that trade and it will hit your stop loss and you use position size 0.02, your loss would be £3.25. Okay, so make sure you just check this out. I'll leave a link in the description. This tool's really handy and it will help with your money management. Make sure you check which size you should be using when you trade a different pair, because the strength of a pip is different for every pair. Okay, number 2 is overtrading. Overtrading is basically when you start to trade excessively and you have a bunch of positions opens in numerous markets. This causes your account to stretch and your free margin will drop very low. People normally overtrade because they don't have a clear setup or clear strategy that they're planning to trade. So you start to take multiple setups and you have a trade open in almost every pair. Some people think they know the direction of every market, so they trade them all, and if they don't, they fear they miss out. Overtrading can be very dangerous because the risk involved is really high. The market could just change direction at any time and you can end up with a lot of losing trades. And now you haven't managed your risk, so a huge chunk of your account is gone because you have a lot of losing trades and you've undone all your hard work. Okay, so here's an account of mine that is a prime example of overtrading. As you can see, I'm in multiple positions and I've got multiple different markets open. You can see Euro JPY, Euro TRY, Euro USD. So I'm in multiple markets and I've got a load of trades open, and that's just a simple example of overtrading. And you don't want to be in this position, especially when you're starting out with a small account. You only want to be in 1 or 2 trades at a time and only focus on the best trades possible and only take that trade. Any other trades you don't want to spend your time on, and it's just a waste of money, and just focus on the best setups possible. So if you're already in the bad habit of overtrading, you're probably thinking, how do you stop it? Well, the trick is to know the setup you want to trade. Pick one setup that you understand very well and that you're good at, and only trade that one setup. Normally when I overtrade, I pick numerous setups, but the winning trades are normally the setups that I understand and that I know. Sometimes there'll be cases where you have a trading plan around your desired setup, and at the same time, the same setup will appear in numerous markets, and you'll be thinking you should be trading them all. But this is an easy trap to get people to start overtrading. If you were to take all of these trades and they all failed, your account will suffer a much larger hit than if you only took one. And I know that from experience because I did that a lot. What I did was I found which pair has the best setup, which could have meant it had better price action or was at a stronger level. Now this is the pair I would trade, and this allowed me to manage my risk and reward well. Taking every single pair just means that you're taking unnecessary risk and you didn't have to do that. Okay, number 3 is not taking profit. Taking profit is an extremely important aspect when you're trying to grow a small account in Forex. Before you take a trade, you probably have a set target where you expect price to reach before you exit. You could use the take profit tool, which will exit you from the trade automatically when it is hit, or you can exit the trade yourself. Sometimes price doesn't reach your target and it could reverse, and instead of being a winning trade, it could be break even or even a loss. But I can tell you now, when growing small accounts, every bank profit plays a key role in the success of your account. Okay, so here is Euro AUD on the 4-hour chart, and I'm about to show you an example of why you should be taking profit. Obviously you can see that this is in a strong uptrend, and looking to go long in this market would not be a bad idea. So I've drawn 2 levels here where prices reacted quite strongly. So you can see rejection there, a few wicks there, rejection there. So looking to go long from here to try and reach that price again would be a good trade. So you're probably looking to get in some price action. So as you can see, there's a strong engulf there, so you could enter from that, and you could have possibly banked 300 pips there if it reached your target price. And obviously you can see it didn't quite get there, got around 240 before it came back down. And if you had taken this trade and you'd have hoped it eventually did reach your goal, obviously you wouldn't have made any money, and we probably exit at break even, or if you didn't do that you would have made a loss because it didn't quite reach there and came back down. So taking profit whilst it's going up is a very important part when growing a small account. Okay, so I know this example is handpicked, and I know there'll be some cases where price does reach your target and taking profit as it's going to reach your target, which just means you made less profit than you could have done. But when you're growing a small account, you'd rather be safe than sorry and just bank as much profit as you can along the way, so you're slowly just growing it and you don't have to worry about price reversing on you. You can take profit in many different ways. You could set small targets before your main overall target and take a percentage of your profit every time one of those levels are reached. Say you have a trade that's running at £30 and you wanted to risk £10, so you could take £10 out of that £30, and so you now have no risk on the table. But just make sure that you do take profit because it's very important when growing a small account in Forex. Okay, number 4, and probably the most important, consistency. Okay, now I know everyone tells you to be consistent and be disciplined when trading, and I'm going to say it as well, it's because it's really important. The first thing you need to be consistent with is your trading plan / your strategy. You need to pick one setup and stick with it. Chopping and changing different setups normally ends up in failure. When I first started trading and I experienced a losing streak with one of my strategies, I would just think it's not working and I'll end up switching up again, and then I'll just end up repeating the process of changing my strategy, having a losing streak and changing it back again. So I would never know if the strategy actually worked for me because I never saw it through. So you need to be consistent and stick with your strategy. Only judge if the setup is working or not over a long period of time, say like 100 trades. A good strategy should have a success rate of over 50%. The second thing you need to be consistent with is your position size and the risk you take on. Because let's say you took a trade and you're risking 1% of your account to get 3%, and let's say you won that trade and you attained 3% of your account. Now the next trade you take is 5%, and that becomes losing. So even though you had a good risk to reward ratio of 1 to 3, the next trade you took, which is 5% risk, just eliminated your winning. So you need to figure out your position size and how much you want to risk every trade and then stick with it. Now I'm going to talk about the final thing that stops people from growing small accounts. It's that they can't control their emotions. So emotions play a big part when trading Forex. All over social media, you'll be seeing people take £100 to £1,000 in 3 days, or £500 to £5,000 in a week. And seeing people make this sort of money in a short space of time makes us feel like we're doing something wrong. Now this is doable, but these people use very high risk strategies, and if you're just starting out and want to grow a small account, I don't recommend you do this because it normally ends in disaster. And I know that you're feeling that you're missing out on profits and that everybody in Forex seems to be making more money than you. So you try to catch up with them and you triple your risk that you take each trade and you make silly mistakes. And I did that a lot when I saw that my profits were 1,000 times smaller than everyone else. And I just thought I wasn't making any progress. But after a while, I figured out that to make real money in Forex, you just need to focus on two things: yourself and the charts. You need to trade what's in front of you, and your only competition is yourself last week or yourself yesterday. Not some guy called Jonathan who claimed that he turned £1.30 to 20 million whilst taking a dog for a walk. Just make sure that you control your emotions and trade what's in front of you. And I can almost guarantee you that you'll be successful in Forex. And the reason why I said almost is because you could just have a really, really bad trading strategy. And then you can't be successful if you have a really bad trading strategy. Okay, so today you learned the top 5 things that stop people from growing small accounts in Forex successfully. Now, all you need to do is do the exact opposite of what I said people do wrong, and you'll be able to grow a small account. Okay, so I hope you found this video useful, and if you did, please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss an upload. Please leave a comment if you found this video helpful or if I've missed anything. Please. And just before I go, I just want to say that some of the topics I've touched on today, like emotions in Forex and money management, I'll be doing more in-depth videos in the future, so make sure you look out for them. But till then, I'll see you in the next one.